Right, good morning, and it is morning. It's about 6:15 on Thursday the 26th of May. I've been up since 5 o'clock. I tend to get up, in summer especially, when I wake up I get up, that's the way I ride. So if I look a bit tired, you know why. Now this video is about, it's not about guitars, it's about a pedal, in particular the Ibanez TS9 Tubescreamer. Now, I bought this. I've got a Maxon OD-808 overdrive, which I use as a clean boost in front of me high gain amp, and it's absolutely brilliant. But this came up that cheap. It came really cheap, and I thought I'll give it a try. So I ordered it. I got it in. I plugged it in. And yeah, pretty decent pedal, but nowhere near as good as the Maxon OD-808. It's, in comparison, it's very, very dull. It's a bit of a, not so much a tone sucker, it's just duller. To get the similar sound you do with the, I mean, when I use it, the Tubescreamer, I use it as a clean boost. So what I tend to do is I have a drive off, the volume full, and I have a tone in the middle. That's how I set the Maxon. It's absolutely brilliant. But to get this to sound similar to the Maxon, you've got to turn the tone, do the same, but turn the tone right up to get the same sort of effect. So I thought, I'll have a look around, see if I can do the I'll do the 808 mod for this pedal. So I'm going to show you how to do the 808 mod, but I'm not going to show you how to do it because I've already done it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you which resistors to change and how to change them. Now, when I went to look on YouTube, I found a video. While I'm going to talk, I'm going to take the screws out while I'm doing this. But I found a video, and this guy says, oh, how to mod a TS9 to an 808. So it's about 10-12 minutes long, and I thought, I'll watch that. What a waste of time. He didn't show you how to do it at all. He talked you through how to do it and how good the mod was, but he didn't show you. He showed you a bit of the PCB at the back, but he didn't show you which resistors to change. He didn't tell you what value of the resistors you need to change and what value you need to change the resistors to. So I had words with him. It didn't really go that well. So I thought, I said my piece. At least I got last word in. I said my piece and left it at that. I told him basically I won't be watching any of his videos again, and probably that's the reason why nobody else does. And I thought, I'll go and make a video. So what we're doing now, I'm taking the back off. See, this is Japanese, we're all made in Japan, these are. I'm taking the back off. The mod itself is really quite simple. Once you took back off, you've got a plate covering the PCB. Now you want to remove this PCB as well, or at least make it loose. You take your 4 screws off. You've got another screw here on top of the PCB, which we're going to take off. So like I said, getting back to the mod itself, to make it like an 808 you need to change 2 resistors. I'm going to show you which 2 resistors, and I'm going to show you the values of resistors that are in there and the value you need to change them to. So you need to change 2 resistors, and in some cases, if you've not got the right incorporated chip or the drive chip that makes the sound, you need to change that as well. Now I'm lucky enough to have the right chip inside. I've got the JRC 4558D, which is exactly the right chip. I don't need to change it. But in some cases you need to take that chip out and replace it with a chip of your choice or the right chip. Now what a lot of people do when they take this chip out, which I'm going to show you now, there's your pedal. I've taken my screw off, we'll bring up the PCB, and if I bring it up like that, I'm going to bring it too close because it gets muddy. There is your chip there. I don't know if you can see what mine says. Mine's a JRC 4558D chip's the correct one. Now if you don't have that chip, you're going to need to take that out. And what people do is when they take that out, they replace it. They don't replace it with another chip, they replace it with a chip mount. So you replace the mount, you solder the mount in, then your chip is a push in, pull out kind of affair. And they do that. Now we don't need to do that, so we're not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you which 2 resistors you need to change and what values they are. Now if you take your PCB again, lift it up, you go opposite the chip and you're looking here at this capacitor. It's a black capacitor. See the cylindrical thing there next to my finger, a black thing? That capacitor, there's a resistor above it and a resistor below it. You need to change the resistor directly above that goes vertical and the one that's directly below, which is horizontal. And to make this easier to understand and to see, I've drawn a diagram, so I'm going to show you the diagram, I'm going to explain to you. But anyway, if you see here, you'll see I've changed these two chips. For the originally brown ones, I've changed them for blue ones. One directly above, one directly below. I'm going to show you what they need to be and what values they need to be. So here you go. So let me do a picture. There you go. There's your PCB and there's a diagram. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up this diagram. And hopefully you can see that and not so much of me. So there's your capacitor in the middle, and these are the two resistors you need to change. Now resistor 1 at the top is coloured yellow, violet and brown, and it's a 470 ohm resistor. That's the original. You need to remove that. It runs vertically directly above the capacitor. You need to change it for a 100 ohm. Replace it with a 100 ohm resistor, which is brown, black and brown colouring, and that's the vertical one at the top, number 1. So if you look there, take the 470 ohm out and put a 100 ohm in. The bottom resistor that runs horizontally, that's a 100k ohm resistor, which is brown, black and yellow. You need to change that into a 10k ohm resistor, which is brown, black, orange. So that's it, that's basically all you do. I'm going to turn it around, I'm going to show you the colouring. These are instructions and the colouring. You can pause this video where you want it and you can get the instructions there, but you need to take the top one, the vertical one, the 470 ohm resistor, replace it with a 100 ohm resistor, and the bottom one beneath the cap is a 100k ohm resistor. It's horizontal, you need to replace it with a 10k ohm resistor. So that's all you have to do on this mod, which I've done. I'm going to try and get in and show you these resistors where they are. There you go. So one directly above the capacitor and one directly below. I'm going to get out of the way. You'll see I've put two blue ones in there. And that is the mod. I've done this video as well for the benefit of a guy who got in touch with me on Facebook because he's been ripped off on one of his, or his mate's been ripped off, and he says, can you take a picture of the pedal and write my name on a piece of paper next to it so I can prove the pedal's right, and the mod's been done. Well, there you go. Let me show you. Here's the two original resistors which I took out. There you go. I'm going to include these in the auction so you can replace them if you want, or you can at least see them. And that's that. I'll probably give you the piece of paper as well. So the mod is done. The pedal, it sounds just like the 808. There's probably a 1% difference, whereas I personally think the actual 808 itself is just that tiny little bit brighter. It's a very, very small margin. Now this has had this mod, it's now an 808. It sounds brilliant. Condition wise, there's a few scratches and dings on that, I'll let you see. The main ding being this one on the pedal there. But it's nothing major. A couple of nicks and chips. I've pictured it properly on Facebook pages. So that's it, that's the mod. I'm going to get it all back together now. I'll put screws back in. There you go. Very simple mod. Very, very worth doing. The pedal now sounds absolutely brilliant. Sounds just like an 808. Anyway, it's on Facebook for sale. I'm asking 85 quid for it. I'll take best offer. And there's a video. I can't remember the guy's name on Facebook. It's David somewhere or other. DH his initials. I can't remember his name. A's or something like that. Anyway, that's it. That's a video. That's a pedal. It's for sale. It's 85 quid. First offer, but around there. I'll take it. I'll talk to you soon. Be good to each other now.